majority of churchgoers might be present in body, but not necessarily in spirit. The scenario described in Mark 5:24 is a telling parallel. A large crowd followed Jesus, pressing in on him from all sides, but not everyone was there for the same reason. Some came for the hype, some out of curiosity, and others due to societal pressure. The same could be said of many church attendees today. Yet amidst this throng, there was one person, just one, whose faith captured Jesus' attention. The woman with the issue of blood pushed past the crowd and received her breakthrough. She wasn't there for appearances or entertainment. She came with intention, faith, and desperation. What made her different? Let's reflect on the qualities that positioned her for a miracle and how we can apply these lessons to our own lives. 1. She was willing to push through the crowd without care. Imagine her condition. 12 years of bleeding had left her physically weak, financially drained, and socially ostracized. She was likely poorly dressed and carried an unpleasant odor due to her condition. In today's world, such circumstances would cause many to stay hidden, ashamed, and defeated. But not this woman. She braved the crowd, ignoring judgmental glances and whispered gossip, because she believed her healing was worth the risk. Many of us miss our breakthroughs because we're too concerned about what others might think. We put on a facade of being put together, when in truth we're broken and desperate for change. This woman's story reminds us that God honors boldness and authenticity. If we want to experience transformation, we must push past the crowd of guilt, shame, opinions, and even our own doubts. 2. She was ready to face the consequences. In her time, Jewish law declared a woman with an issue of blood unclean, Leviticus 15:19-33. Anyone she touched also became unclean. By stepping into that crowd and touching Jesus' garment, she risked public humiliation, excommunication from the synagogue, or even death. Yet she chose to act in faith, prioritizing her healing over the potential backlash. What are you willing to risk to pursue your breakthrough? Many of us hesitate to step out in faith because of fear of failure, rejection, or judgment. But true faith requires boldness. It's the kind of faith that says, I'll do whatever it takes, even when the cost seems high. 3. Traditions and norms didn't matter to her. Throughout his ministry, Jesus often clashed with religious leaders who prioritized human traditions over God's commandments. This woman could have allowed societal norms to keep her isolated, but she didn't. She defied expectations to encounter the transformative power of God. Today, many of us are bound by traditions that have little to do with God's will. We focus on rituals, appearances, and protocols, forgetting that the heart of worship lies in relationship, not religion. This woman reminds us to prioritize kingdom values over cultural norms. 4. She believed without an iota of doubt. This woman's faith was extraordinary. She didn't demand Jesus' attention or ask for him to lay hands on her. She believed that simply touching the hem of his garment would be enough to heal her. Her faith wasn't theoretical. It was active, confident, and unwavering. In Mark 11:23, Jesus teaches that if we believe without doubting, we can move mountains. This woman's faith exemplifies that principle. She spoke her healing into existence and acted on her belief. Similarly, our words and actions should align with our faith, no matter how impossible the situation may seem. 5. She wasn't there for the hype or pressure. Unlike many in the crowd who followed Jesus for entertainment or out of societal obligation, this woman came with a singular purpose. She didn't care about being seen or fitting in. She sought an encounter with God, not as a spectator, but as a participant in his miracles. Modern church culture can sometimes mirror the crowd that followed Jesus. Many attend for the social aspect, to avoid guilt, or simply out of habit. But this woman's story challenges us to examine our motives. Are we attending church out of obligation, or are we seeking a genuine encounter with God? True worship and faith are personal and intentional, not performative. A final encouragement. This woman's story is a testament to the power of faith, boldness, and persistence. She reminds us that God is not impressed by crowds or outward appearances. What captures his attention is a heart that is desperate for him, willing to push past every barrier to reach him. Blessings often require us to step out of our comfort zones, to defy norms, and to take risks rooted in faith. Riches may provide temporary satisfaction, but blessings, true divine blessings, offer eternal fulfillment. They transform our lives and make us testimonies of God's goodness. So be like this woman. Push, be and stay blessed.